This program was made possible by USAID and AGRA with technical support from MOFA.
Kuapa, good farming.
Ya gbahana ma wani shiyon mpa wono ban shiyon kabnon tabsa wara gbahana ay kan ko kyan kan yan kwanti san lan takso ntuna en santitna nunya gbahana katabe yon ma mun gbahana ma shiyon yan kwala ma shiyo ko bien ma ya ka wani mai kuna ko mun wono tan tabsa wara wono ma nyala bugula ko bien ko be taba to ko la nya ne kawana kamal ni to mal ni ne no ti sai mi ka ti champuni no ma ka tambay ka ce ka be dol ni ma piro bana ban ko be la yon gwara ka ti takaba.
Land in Blahagu is low-lying and the climate here is relatively dry, with a single raining season that begins in May and ends in October. Thanks to Feed the Future ATT project, farmers can now access good certified seeds coupled with good agronomic practices that will help them achieve good results despite the climate changes.
Note, farmers should not consume treated seeds or feed their animals with it.
Though farmers are cost conscious, most of the fertilizer applied to crops is wasted. At least 30 to 40% of the fertilizer applied to most crops simply washes away or evaporates. Farmers are losing money, and Kuapa wants you to become a profitable farmer.
Welcome. We are still in the northern region, bringing you another exciting episode of Kuapa. We are in Blahagu to talk to a hard-working farmer, Idrisu Adams.
Come with us. Remember Idrisu Adams from Kuapa Season 1? He lives with his family here in Blahagu. He's a 29-year-old farmer who grows rice, maize, cowpea and rears cattle. Upon a successful adoption of UDP technology in his rice production, Idrisu Adams can now boast of higher yield from his previous crop season. How much do you spend on fertilizer now?
2 bags of urea, which cost me 180 Ghana cedis. And now I'm using half, it's not even up to 1 bag, which cost me only 70 Ghana cedis. So I think it has a lot of benefit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Idrisu.
Idrisu, how are you doing?
Yeah.
Very good. It's been a while, eh?
Yeah, in fact. Yeah.
How is the rice farm doing?
Yeah, it's doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
So today we are dealing with maize.
Yes, of course.
Can we see the field?
Yeah, it's there.
Well, that's good.
I see. So how big is your field?
Yeah, it's 1 acre.
1 acre?
Yes.
How do you apply fertilizer?
Yeah, normally I buy 3 bags of fertilizer. That is 2 bags of NPK and then 1 bag of urea. So the method I'm using to apply is I'll just fetch the fertilizer, I'll put it by the plants.
Have there been situations where you get lesser money compared to the amount you invested in fertilizer?
Yes, because the maximum I could get from this field is 5 bags.
5 bags out of an acre of land?
Yeah, 5 bags of maize, yeah. And I will use 3 bags of fertilizer on it. So I think I'm making losses. Yeah, because if I do my calculations, I'm ending up of getting lost.
Idrisu, that is why Kuapa is here today.
Yeah.
We will bring in the expert who in turn will advise you on how to use less money on your maize production.
Well, this expert will teach you a more efficient and effective way to apply your fertilizer. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, that's good. And I'll be grateful for that.
Okay, then we'll be back.
Okay, thank you. Yeah.
The goal of every farmer is to obtain high yield season after season. But I think that to obtain that, we need to educate them on the appropriate technologies.
Yeah, Mefia. And that will increase their yield and make farming more profitable.
Yeah, we need to get the expert in.
Sure. So see you after the break. Kuapa, good farming. Kuapa, good farming.
Welcome back. If you just tuned in, we'll quickly bring you up to speed. Idrisu, earlier in the episode, we met a farmer, Idrisu Adams, from season 1. A very hard-working farmer in a small farming community, Bulahago, in the northern region of Ghana.
The maximum I could get from this field is 5 bags.
5 bags out of an acre of land?
Yeah, and I will use 3 bags of fertilizer on it. So I think I'm making losses.
We listened to his challenges on how to increase his maize yield and still save some money on his fertilizer.
Research revealed that profit, productivity, and technical efficiency are significantly higher for farmers that use the UDP technology as compared to those who use the conventional application of urea.
The fact is, UDP technology cuts the cost of fertilizer in half, whilst resulting in higher yield.
Exactly. And I'm sure Idrisu will be happy.
Yeah, he should be. Kuapa invited an expert, Ignatius Tingjina, an agronomist from IFDC, to introduce farmer Idrisu to the use of urea displacement technology in fertilizer application. Ignatius. Thank you very much, Ignatius, for coming.
You're welcome.
Okay, so this is your farmer, Adam Idrisu. He's spending so much on fertilizer, but the output is still very low.
Wow.
That's why we brought you in, so you can teach him how to spend less and earn more.
How many bags of fertilizer do you normally apply in an acre?
Normally, I apply 3 bags.
3 bags?
Yeah.
2 bags of...
2 bags of NPK and then 1 bag of urea.
Okay.
I just put it under the plant.
Side band dressing? You just put it on the surface of the soil?
Yeah, I'll just put it on the surface.
Okay, okay. I will help Adam Idrisu to increase yield by introducing him to UDP. But before that, he needs to go through good agronomic practices, such as the use of certified seed, the planting in rows, maintaining the proper plant population, applying the fertilizer at the right time, the right quantity, and in the right manner.
So, Idrisu, do you use certified seeds?
No. I use what I got from my farm.
Oh, so you recycle your own seed?
Yeah, I recycle my own seeds.
And do you plant in rows?
No. But I just try to maintain it in line. But I don't use any
specific
line to do my...
You can plant in line, but every crop has its plant spacing requirement that you have to use.
So that means that the spacing that he used for planting rice isn't the same spacing for maize?
No. The spacing for rice is 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters for the UDP. But that of maize is 80 centimeters by 40 centimeters if you are using 2 seeds per stand. But if you are using 1 seed per stand, it is 80 centimeters by 20 centimeters. Every crop has its spacing requirement, and that will enable you attain the maximum plant density on the field.
I hope you're taking a clue from that.
Yes.
Good.
To get the best out of the UDP technology, you always have to practice good agronomic practices.
Land preparation is very, very important in crop production, either by the use of tractor or even by hand, as Adam Idrisu is doing. Land preparation is important because it controls weeds, controls erosion, allows seed to soil contact, and that allows the crop or the seed to germinate properly. Soil testing is very important in crop production. It enables you to know the nutrient content of the soil so as to be able to prescribe the required nutrient content of your soil.
Ignacio said it's important to test the soil before you apply the UDP fertilizer. Go ahead, as I get the expert team here.
I'll do that. See you later.
Thank you.
For farmers to find out the makeup of their soil and determine what to grow and how much fertilizer to apply, they need to test their soil. Poor soil, poor crops. Simple. But there are always ways to improve the situation. Soil experts from Green Earth, Collins and Bodai visit Farmer Idrisu's farm.
How to test the soil is for the experts. That is what we do. I believe each season, planting season, you apply fertilizer.
Yes.
So I will ask, on what basis do you apply fertilizer?
I use 3 bags of fertilizer for each season.
In our field, we will say this is blind application because you don't actually know what is lacking in the soil. And you don't know how much to complement what is already there. So with soil testing, you will be able to know the content, the nutritional contents of your soil. If it lacks N, if it lacks P, if it lacks K, by what amount? So per the results that we'll get from your soil, we'll be able to tell you what amount of each fertilizer, the specific fertilizer to buy, to apply. What specific crop will do well per the plot you are cultivating. So you realize this is the importance. These are the kind of importance you get. You're able to save money because you might be over-applying with a blind application, or you might be under-applying such that your plants might not be able to get the correct nutrient in their right proportion. So these are some of the importance why you should test your soil. Before we begin, I have to survey the field and then look for the variations in the field because the variation determines the number of samples I pick and where I am supposed to pick samples. After surveying the field, I realized that there's a complete uniformity, so I'm going to treat this as a single unit. So whatever recommendation I give will be for the entire plot. So I'll start from here, picking samples randomly to ensure that uniformity, to make sure that the sample I'm picking represents the entire field. So we can start from here. You start by removing the debris, 20 centimeters. That is the root level, where the nutrients are available for the uptake by the roots.
20 centimeters.
Exactly. So you pick samples to that level.
Collins, how will you advise a farmer who doesn't have a ruler?
Farmers can measure 20 centimeters from the tip of their fingers to the wrist of an adult hand.
Then I move to the next step. Pick further samples. Exactly.
Okay.
To ensure that the whole field is uniform.
Okay.
Use the soil orgy or a cutlass to dig out 20 centimeters deep into the soil. Note that soil sample should be taken in a zigzag pattern over the whole area on the field in order to get a good sample. Remember to pick out debris from your sample and pour it into an envelope. Give your details on the envelope. Example, your full name, land size, and the crop you want to grow. Then you can sample it ready for the lab. Farmers can call Green Earth on 020-758-1311 for assistance or go to your district agriculture office. The lab takes about 2 hours to analyze a sample.
After doing the analysis,
if you think your soil needs a boost, it is worth testing. It costs a few cedis to do so. Soil testing will enable you apply the right fertilizer in the right amount. Soil testing should be done at least every 5 years.
Thank you.
We are very grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The next step after land preparation is planting. That is where you look for your planting material. And the planting material refers to certified seed. I have a sample to show you. So this is the variety, Sansalzman, and I would encourage many of the farmers around to buy this seed. It's very good because it is drought tolerant, in fact, and it is also striker tolerant. ATT has supported this seed grower to produce this seed. He's selling at 4 Ghana cedis. This is just 1 kilo. And for an acre, you need 9 kilos.
Idrisu, this means that this brings your cost of seed down.
Yeah, I think so.
Note that if a farmer uses certified seed to sow, it will result in yield increase and make you, the farmer, profitable.
We are going to plant 2 seeds per hill because the interplant spacing is 40 centimeters. So we'll double and then we'll plant 2 seeds per hill. The depth is supposed to be 5 centimeters. You can use a milk tin and then put it at the tip of the dibbler. That is the stick that I'm using.
Oh, okay.
And which will help you to have the depth.
Remember, the distance between 2 rows is 80 centimeters and within rows is 40 centimeters. The depth of the seed is 5 centimeters. Farmers can use a milk tin, put it at the tip of the dibbler to measure the depth of seed.
Now also remember that it is good to apply the NPK on the day of planting. If you cannot, then you do it 1 week after planting. And we are going to apply it 10 centimeters from the hill and 7 to 10 centimeters below the soil. Why? Because if you apply the fertilizer, the fertilizer will generate some heat. And so it is good to allow the fertilizer to go below, deeper than the depth of the seed. You realize that when we're planting, we did it on this side. So now we are applying the fertilizer. You do it on the other side of the row. We are going to use this bottle top, apply it along where the hills are.
Expert Ignatius advised that farmers should apply NPK on the day of planting or 1 week after planting. Apply it 10 centimeters from the seed hill and 7 to 10 centimeters deep. Remember, farmers can measure 5 grams of NPK with a water bottle lid.
How did it go?
We went very well. Ignatius took Idrisu through some good agronomic practices. He also promised to come back in 4 weeks to help him apply his urea briquettes.
I got in experts from Green F, and they were able to analyze the soil in Idrisu's field. So based on that result, Ignatius will be able to tell Idrisu the quantity of urea that he needs in his field.
That's super.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Taxi!
Kuapa, good farming. Kuapa, good farming.
We planted 2 per hill, and actually almost all the seeds are.
It's been 4 weeks, and we are here with Ignatius, our expert, to apply urea briquette on Idrisu's farm. If you just tuned in, we'll quickly bring you up to speed.
Earlier in this episode, Kuapa invited Ignatius Bitingina, an agronomist from IFDC, who gave our farmer expert advice on land preparation, choice of certified maize seed suitable for his field, Sanzasma, and good agronomic practices in growing maize.
Adam, anya bembrelongoma, di verpam, di yuli Sanzasma. Ami o daba ngoma pumpungo tisama ba mirven yalanga so do wuma kama halan zande ngoma bre den to nun ver hasama yibe mirven yalanga ba ananto nyeshele de nimbu katata tira sungla tete etiti project mara sungla pukparso ngon kore bembla o yuli heritage seed mbe tamale di nyala bolla bembra ngoma kache ngosane anto nyeshele da
okay ka ngoma alaka ba ko haraga.
From his expert advice, Kuapa invited Green F to help test farmer Idrisu's soil.
I will recommend that you give these results to your agronomist so he can better advise you.
Ignatius is here to take him through the UDP technology.
Ignatius, we brought in somebody from Green F to teach our farmer Idrisu on the importance of soil testing before he applies fertilizer. And after the soil testing he did, this is the result that he gave us. You can look at it and see how you can advise Idrisu on how he can apply fertilizer based on this.
You realize that your soil is very low in nitrogen. The P is okay, the K is okay, but the N is a bit low. I have realized that around this area, many of the farmers use ammonia and sulfate of ammonia, which is 21%. So I would advise farmers to go in for urea, which is 46%. And that is what I want to introduce to Adam to help him increase his yield and maize production. This technology is not new to Adam. Adam has tried it in rice before. The only difference is that the period of application. In rice, the UDP, the urea briquette, is applied 7 to 10 days after transplanting. But you realize that in maize, it is applied 4 weeks. This field was planted about 4 weeks ago. Today is about 4 weeks exactly. And that is why we are here, so that I can introduce him to this technology by extending it to maize production. UDP is not new to Adam. You have used it before, and I'm here again to introduce it to that of maize. The benefits of UDP is not different from that of maize. For example, the quantity that you use per acre is less. If you are using the briquettes, you're using 45 kg instead of 50 kg, so you save cost. You reduce the rate of volatilization. That also results in loss of the nutrient. And so it is very, very important that farmers around adhere to the use of UDP, because it results in yield increases, because the briquette is found in the root zone of the crop and they releases the nutrient to the crop slowly, and so the crop is able to make good use of it and increases yield 25 to 30%, even in other cases goes even up to 50%.
Wow.
And so I think that is important farmers adhere to this technology if they want to increase yields and then to maximize gross margins. So just as we applied the NPK 4 weeks ago, we doubled and then buried. Same we are going to do for the urea briquette. We double 10 centimeters from the plant and then 10 centimeters below the plant. That's your middle finger. And then we put one briquette. This is 1.8 grams briquette, one per each plant. Only you have to apply the UDP or the briquette when there's moisture in the soil.
Remember to apply the urea briquette 4 weeks after planting. Make sure there is moisture in the soil before applying urea. Dibble 10 centimeters from the plant. Bury the urea briquette 10 centimeters deep, which will be below the plant. This will release the nutrients slowly to the 4 weeks plant. Thank you very much, Ignatius, for all the support, all the advice, and of course, all the training that you gave Idrisu. I am sure that next season, he'll be smiling.
Exactly.
Thank you.
We are very grateful.
You are welcome. Thank you too. I'm very grateful for your support. I also have a souvenir in the form of a starter pack that is made up of certified seed and a briquette, urea briquette, for Idrisu to use on his farm in the form of a mini demo. And then a t-shirt branded use certified seed for better yield, to remind him that to be able to increase your yields, you need certified seed.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I used to spend 320 Ghana cedi on fertilizer, but now I'm able to spend 260 Ghana cedi, which saves me a lot of money. And it is also good for my farm too.
Thank you very much, Ignatius.
Thank you too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you some other time.
I think it's been educated.
Very well.
Yeah,
very
it has
well.
been.
Idrisu,
Yes.
Kuapa thanks you for your patience in learning all that you've learned from our experts.
Yeah. I also thank Kuapa very much for helping me on how to improve my farming next season. Yeah,
We
I thank you
appreciate it.
very much. Yeah. Yeah.
So with the starter pack you had from ATT, how many acres are you planning to cultivate next season?
Yeah, next season I'm planning to go for 3 acres.
3?
Yeah.
Well, Kuapa cares so much about you. We want to see you improve in your farming business.
Yes.
So we are going to support you financially with your cultivation next season.
Yeah.
So this is to support.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much for your support. Yeah, I thank you very much.
Well, so we wish you well in your farming.
Yeah, thank you.
Good.
Okay, so we'll leave you.
Okay.
And we hope to come back to find better yields, better farming, better technologies.
Yeah, I'll be happy for that. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So till then,
See you again. Yeah.
Kuapa tip of the day.
Before using the UDP technology, farmers must practice the following. Always buy certified seeds from an agro-dealer shop or contact your Agric Extension officer in the district. Prepare your land well to help control weeds, erosion, and to also improve plant growth. Plant 1 seed per stand, using 80 centimeter by 20 centimeter plant spacing with a depth of 2 inches deep. Remember to apply your NPK on the day of planting or 1 week after planting. Apply your urea briquette after 4 weeks, then you can be assured of a higher yield.
And remember, UDP technology does not cost. It rather pays.
Thanks to Feed the Future ATT project for partnering with Kuapa to bring you this episode. Until next week, Kuapa promoting good farming.
This program was made possible by USAID and AGRA with technical support from MOFA.